Café Coffee Day started way back in 1996, so it's our 14th year as a brand here in India. Today we are about 975 stores. That makes us about the fourth largest in the world. By end of this financial year, we should be about 1150 stores. Our vision, of course, to be a 2000 store brand by 2015. That should make us the third largest cafe brand in the world. Currently, we have operations in India, which is a larger part of our operation. We have recently finished an acquisition in Czech Republic. We acquired a brand called Emporio, which runs about 11 cafe. We have been running cafes in Vienna, and we do run a cafe in Karachi. Going forward, we are looking at about 8 to 10% of our cafes to be operating out of India, and about 1800 odd cafes to be operating in India. So 2015 is when we are planning to be about a 2000 cafe brand. Well, IT for any retail industry is extremely important. Not only it's a business enabler, it's also a catalyst. What we are trying to do is to take it to the next level where we try and integrate IT or in terms of enhanced consumer experience. So currently we do have a video and a voice being streamed into our cafes. We believe that with the right IT, we'll be able to customize. We'll be able to give a lot more empowerment to our consumers to be able to play the kind of songs they want to play and the kind of video they want to watch. We've been toying with this idea of running a virtual jukebox, which we've tried, but it's often failed, and we believe technology is the only answer. So we have a few projects, we have a few pilots that we're currently running, and we're hoping some interesting results to come out of it. IT, let me just try and take 2 or 3 specific areas. First, in terms of day-to-day running of the business, we are in about 140 cities. We are in some extreme remote location like the highways. We are in some distant cities. Today we operate our cafes in Gangtok, Srinagar, Dharamshala, Kota, and many other such cities. Therefore, what becomes very important for us is to have robust and durable technology. The cafe cannot run without technology backend, whether it's about receiving stocks or just about cutting a bill. And the cafe will just come to a grinding halt if technology is not up and running. So it's extremely important to have robust and durable technology as far as day-to-day running is concerned. The management team that sits out of our 4 regional offices and out of Bangalore needs to have information, real information at the right time, and therefore it's extremely important that there is a two-way transfer of information. Again, we work in remote locations, we work in fragmented location, so it becomes extremely important that as I wake up in the morning, I have sales data sitting in front of me, and I have the sales data sitting in front of me the way I want it to be. So that's extremely important as far as the running of the business is concerned. The second aspect of the business is really a business catalyst. Supply chain is a complex issue in this country, and we have to make sure that cafes are carrying the right inventory, the right type at all points of time. Otherwise, you will never be able to measure the loss of sale. And IT again plays an extremely important role to make sure that our cafes are well stocked. And the third area, as I discussed with you, is the area of consumer experience, and that's what we are currently piloting. We have a large in-house team. Of course, we do get help from outsourced partners, which make sure that processes are continuously chiseled out, keeping in mind discoveries as we make along. Well, for us, it's more than a business enabler. For us, it's a business enabler, making sure that the business is run on day-to-day basis. It's a catalyst, making sure that the business is run on the right economic algorithm, so to speak. And all in all, it's a lifeline. I cannot imagine running our business without IT. Currently, our e-commerce platform is on the merchandise sales. So anybody who's looking at buying coffee or any of our merchandise, in terms of cookies, can actually log on and buy it out and get shipped out. Increasingly, we started to use it for our promotions, so like Friendship Day and Valentine Day. If you were to wish your friend across any part of the country a happy Friendship Day, and you just want to warm it up by also gifting a cup of coffee, you could do that. And this entire model works on e-commerce. We are also looking at starting an interesting vertical where consumers across the country, in the last 5 years, as you know, a lot of Indians have come back from the US and from the Europe, and they are coffee converts. We are also looking at the possibility of being able to ship coffee to Indians who have come back to India. So that would be interesting, and hopefully in the next 6 to 12 months, we should have something up and running in that area. We do have a CIO. Our expectation is to be able to build a very robust IT strategy, keeping in mind that as a brand, we are on the growth path. We are about 975 cafes. We plan to be 2,000 cafes by 2015, and we will go from 140 town classes to minimum 180, and therefore make sure that technology is robust. It does not come in the way of our growth plans. So one very simple expectation is to make sure that it is providing us the right level of support in our growth strategy. Present trends of IT, clearly it's a very fast, dynamic area. I mean, every day you open a newspaper and you find there's a new technology on board. Interestingly, there are new applications on board, and interestingly, there are new way of exploiting and leveraging those applications, those technology. What we've done internally is, of course, to beef up our team, both in the area of IT, more importantly, the area of consumer interface. So, in the last 6 months to a year, we've added a whole new vertical, which is in the digital space. We have people who have come with experience from Google and Yahoo, people who understand how technology can be leveraged in the area of consumers. So I think for us, it's an everyday learning experience. And I believe that as a youth brand, we need to be really on top of it. Well, the big changes I see is that technology is going to touch consumer. We are becoming a more out-of-home society. We are going from joint family to nuclear families. We are looking at young adults wanting to acquire homes, which necessarily would be outside the city. Therefore, the travel time is going to increase. We have started to produce and sell a lot of cars, which means there will be accessibility to the road transport. And I think we'll start spending a lot more time on road. And as you start spending more and more time on road, brand like ours will become more and more relevant. And the dwell time in a cafe is about 45 minutes. Technology can touch a consumer in many ways. Few quick example. One is I can decide the kind of music I want to listen, and therefore I can choose it. If I'm on a highway driving up to a place, I can actually open my laptop or on my mobile and attend to my mails with Wi-Fi capabilities. I could actually access information. If I'm sitting there, going forward, you could be booking tickets, paying bills, and I don't see this. I see this a possibility in the near future. Well, for me, it's my BlackBerry, and I think my life kind of revolves around my BlackBerry. So it's a 24/7 business tool for me. So I'm not on multiple gadgets, but I think BlackBerry just does it for me.